Let's go. Alright, hey guys, this is Ricky D from Midslit, and gonna do my Nahut kill VoD breakdown, whatever you wanna call it. This explaining how we do the fight and the reasons behind it. I can't actually go through every single reason why we do things the way we do because we're still basically under NDA from the PTS, and I can't explain stuff on the NDA basically. But yeah, I mean, the way we do the fight is consistent and works for us. So I'm just gonna explain that, and hopefully that's something you guys can learn and use for your own groups. Um, yeah. So, Nahut's. Oh, one more thing. Um, great. Yeah, I can't really explain all the PTS stuff because also one more thing. I mean, we all wish that the game had a better development team so that they could do their own PTS testing, but it is what it is, and they rely on players to do the PTS testing, and that kind of sucks. But yeah, it is what it is, and we try our best to help the dev team as they develop these fights. And yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Anyways, let's start. So now it's a really easy fight. It's all this mechanic based. Once you figure out the strat, it's really easy. There is no rail heal check, DPS check, or whatnot. So it's just figuring out a good strat that works for your group and just executing it right. So if you watch this is what. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a couple things. Firstly I'm gonna go over to tanking because that's what I mainly do. I have POVs of both tanks. So as the first tank that's starting the fight, and the second tank that's starting the second tank, and then I'll maybe show you what the DPS do for turrets. I have some kill videos from my group members who does turrets, who have done the turrets in the kills, and they have vids on YouTube. Um, Healing wise, is there nothing much? It's you don't really have any response. You don't really have any specific responsibilities. You just heal. Yeah. So I might not go into detail of every single mechanic because I'm sure you guys have done story mode or you guys have seen some of the strats, some of the mechanics in story mode. I'm just gonna go through how we do it, and if there's any questions in chat right now, I'll answer them if anyone has anything. If not, you can just reach out to me on Twitch or something, and I'll answer any questions you have. So, Nahut, the main difference in HM is its candle mechanic. So in this video, I'm Jack Panther. So I'm the first tank. I'm starting the fight. So I pick up the candle first, and what it does is it gives me this temporary quick bar. So the first one, which I have used my F1 keybind, is to reveal the boss. So the boss always has like a shield, invisibility shield, whatever, you know. So using this ability will suppress his shield, his invisibility shield, whatever, and you can then everyone else can see him. When you have the candle, only you can see the boss, unless he has suppressed the shield thing on him. So if you see right here, right now no one can see the boss because there's like 10 seconds of nothingness, and you see me using this is F1. I clicked on F1. I mean I keybind F1, and then this is how big the radius is to reveal. So in this stage, you're gonna reveal the boss and mines. There's mines around this one. I'll explain the mines later, but this is show you what I'm doing. So there you have it. I used it. Goes on cooldown. So I have a debuff, and you look at this debuff here on the boss. This is as long as he has this, he's revealed, and everyone can see him. Everyone in the raid. If he doesn't have this, only the person who's holding the candle can see him. So right now he's preparing the field. So this is what he does when you start the fight. It's just we just DPS him. It's nothing. Right? He doesn't take damage, but we need to break the shield. If you DPS more, you can I think you can make it faster. Yeah. So we at 9 seconds ish we break the shield. So what he's done is he's laid mines. He prepares the field. So he laid mines all around the map. So I have a diagram of the mines. So these are the mines, right? So entrance being from down here. The mines are out in this pattern. So mine is called, I mean, basically nails and pins. I just call them mines. It is not 100% that every single mine will spawn. So every time he does prepare the field, casting, maybe this one won't spawn, or maybe this one won't spawn, or maybe this one won't spawn. But this is if these are the static patterns where they always will spawn. Right? So yeah, this is the map of the mine spawns. It's I mean it might not be exactly to scale. I did my best with using Google Docs thing, so sorry. Yeah. So I'm gonna explain how we do phase one real quick. Alright. So the first shield cast, this is the entrance. So in this instance, in this video, I am the first guy. So I'm gonna take the first tank. I'm gonna take the first mass distortion. So you see, I go all the way out here, and I taunted the boss. Not yet, but I'm gonna taunt the boss. Here, he taunted. He's on me, and he comes to me, and then he puts mass distortion on me. Yeah, it's basically electronet. So this thing hurts a lot. You do not want to move while you have this debuff. You will kill yourself. It's really important that you stay still. If you're a Sin, you can shroud it, or you can stealth shroud. I believe if you're a Jug, you can mad dash. I'm not sure if you can reflect, super reflect. They might have fixed that. I don't know. Haven't done it with Jug yet. But yeah. So if you look at our strat is we drop the first one right on the outside, and then the second one is the second tank. It drops this one here. So the first distortion goes here, second distortion goes here, third one this slightly ahead of the first one. So if you see what I do, all right. So once that drops, then only I move. So once the first one drops, within a few seconds, he'll cast it on the second tank. So he casted it on Jokel. The Jokel has it now, and he's dropping right in that corner over there. So this corner over here. And then I taunt back off him, and I just kite it away. And I stop right in front here, so I'll get mass distortion soon. Yep, on me. Okay. And Jokel should be taunting, and now yeah, he taunts. Take a lot of damage, but yeah. I drop here, and we've pushed. So if your DPS is quick, you only push in 3 distortion fields. Alright? If not, this tank can put the fourth one right in front of this one. Okay? And then you should be fine. So I'm gonna explain this tank first. I'll have another video where I do it from the other tank point of view. So this guy is really easy. So then we go prepare the field again, and then it goes for the second round. So I want you to notice one thing. So there's a mine here, right, at the start. So a tank can see what Mercury Black's doing. He's eating this mine for me, so he clears this path, this long vent. Technically, you could do it too as the main tank, but there were reasons on the PTS why we couldn't do it again because of the timings. But I think now live you can do it. So yeah, the debuff falls off. This debuff, this red one, it falls off in time. So I think you can do it. But what we do is our healers take both. This Mon is doing this. It isn't needed anymore, but he still wants to do it, so whatever. It's just for fun. Yeah. So Mercury Black eats this mine. So that get rid of this mine here, and this whole vent is clear. All right. So yeah. So see this mine here. Mercury Black is getting rid of this, and it's clear. See this mine here? Yeah. There's the one clear, and then this side here, where this red thing, see there's 3 red things on the floor. This last one, it's always safe. If you look at the mine, it's somewhere about here, and it's safe. So you can just go to here and play along this red thing. It's safe all the time. Okay, so yeah, where was I? We push. Third one on me. We push the mid. Alright, so now he's preparing preparing the field again. So this time, since we have those things already out in those areas, we can't use those areas. So we just shift it to the right. So instead of using this one at 12 o'clock, so I mean, I'm saying this is entrance at this 12. So instead of using this long one at 12 and this short one here, we switch it up a little bit, because the circles are still there. So we go for the second field cast, we go here, we go to 9 o'clock, and then the other tank goes to like here. And the same thing. So, but this time I can eat this mine. Or you have someone eat this mine. You can also even push it aside if you want to, but I don't like pushing because you don't really know where you're gonna push mines to, and that might be an issue. So yeah, prepare the cast. Should see me eating. I knock it away first. Yeah, I did a knockback just to push it away further to buy more space. So when I eat the mine, he is pinned onto me for this duration of this debuff. He's pinned onto me. He'll ignore taunts. So he's coming to me. I tank him for a little bit. He puts mass destruction on me, and the other tank will taunt. And the other tank is taunting from here and going all the way to 2. So he taunts all the way this way. This way is always safe. This path is always safe. The way why we do this strat is because it's consistent. There's no RNG with tanks wandering around into mines and stuff. This strat actually bail taught us our idea. Yeah, I'll give him credit because yeah, we had something kind of similar, but it was not as consistent. But this is much more consistent. There's no RNG of mine. So yeah, see, he takes the second one and he puts it far in the corner here, and then I taunt back and I put it just stop right in front of the first one. So like yeah, I stop right in front. The damage from the fucking vents, the fire, it's not that high. It's like 12k a tick or something, so it's not really a big deal. So right here we push. Yeah. So I'm gonna show the video of the second tank. So I'm the tank that gets the second distortion. Alright. So in this video, this is me. So Splooge. Yeah, he starts the fight. So he's playing my role in the other video, first video. So right now I'm just building threat. I mean, just doing threat because you don't really have time to DPS the boss in this with this strat because you're just taunting him and waiting, and he slowly walks to you. So I'm just going ham. Yep. So the way we do it is tanks. First tank gets first reveal. Second tank gets second reveal, and then we go DPS and go down the order. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and then healers. So our the way we do handle candle is DPS all the way down, and then healers, and go start back DPS. All right. So if you're Merc, you can reflect the. I think it's the slice that he does. All right. So Splooge is tanking. He gets a first distortion. I taunt. I walk all the way over here. It's all safe. Don't have to worry about mines. You just gotta be careful that your DPS don't wander to the sides too much, you know? So like here, here, they don't wander to the right and left too much because their mines right and left, you see? So just make sure they also follow the same path. If you see here, Wednesday, he fucks up, and I think he's pretty sure he's gonna die. Yeah, see, he goes too far to the right, yep. So you see, he ate a mine, and because he ate that mine over there, the boss aggro is pinned onto him, and he's stunned, and he cannot shield anything. So he just dies, gets global. And then boss goes back to the other tank because that guy is taunted. And this one drops on me, and I go back in. Oh, this is really quick. We only got 2. Did we? No, Splooge. Yeah, we only got 2 distortions. That was a really quick push. Yeah, 4 PT DPS. I mean, I don't know why we are. Maybe it was a fucking troll sort of for DPS comp, but whatever. Okay. So now the next set. I'm just taunting here just to buy time for the other tank. So it's not really needed. So alright. See, the other tank stood in the mine now. So I bought distance by taunting and going far away, so he sort of walked over to me. And then the other tank took a mine, and now he's walking all the way to the other tank. I don't know why I'm here. I should be in back DPSing. Yep. So now the other guy gets net on him. Now I taunt back and I go all the way to the edge. And I get the dot. And the other guy taunts back. He goes away. I make sure I don't move. I can sort of shroud and move it and place it to the side if I want to, but this should work for all classes without abilities to cheese that. So yeah, that's phase 1 tanking really, basically. This is the map. So this is the diagram. So the first one goes here, second one goes here, third one's here, fourth one's here, then we push. Then first one's here, second one's here, third one's here, fourth one's here, then we push. Okay. Guess that's phase 1 stuff done. Tanking phase 2. Well, tanking phase 2 isn't really an issue. Pretty much just face the boss outside. So this phase is really easy. You have 1 minute to kill these 2 power couplings. Not kill, you can't actually kill them. You gotta bring them down to 0 or something. Yeah, that's sort of like the DPS check-ish. And then these ads, you don't actually need to kill them, but they do a lot of damage because they do AoE explosions. So anyone close to them will get damage. What I mean, if your DPS is decent, you should have plenty of time to kill all of them. So what we are doing here is with the candle is when the boss is in the middle and you guys are and the rest of the group is killing these couplings, we have one person who always has the candle stand outside, and we sort of juggle the person who is having the candle to get the laser. Because once a laser beam goes onto you, if you see here, Soft has a debuff, he can't get another laser. If another laser clips him, he dies. Right? And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a instance in this example in this video where someone dies. So see, Soft came in, passed it to Random Merc. The Random Merc's going out now to do the mechanic at the pillar, and we have this like globaling and AoEing all this shit. Every so now and then you get pulled in. Alright, so Random Merc he got the debuff, he got the laser, then he passed it to Siarin. So it's her turn to go out. But something happens. So she jumped the gun a little bit. She passed it, but she had not eaten her beam yet. So she walked back in, and this is where Mon dies. Random Merc is Mon, and she just keeps walking and snipes Mon. So we lost Mon, and we have no B-res. Yeah, I don't know how that beam did not hit Auro, because Auro has a candle, and like she walked this way, and he didn't get the debuff. If he would have gotten the debuff there, sorry, this guy, if he would have gotten the debuff there, he could not have hold it again. He would die. So yeah. So he goes out now, and he used the beam. Then he passes it. So as soon as you see this beam coming onto you, you can already pass the candle. And he has passed it to someone. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday has it now. So a second set of external droids come, we just like sort of tanks just sort of hold them together, so we cleave everything. You can carb and you can stun them and stuff. So the transition phase right now, we normally give it to one of our tanks. So Dongo has it, he's revealed. Okay, never mind, Dongo hold it. But yeah, whoever has it is revealed, because the boss goes invisible as he comes from all the middle. And then we just tank it on the outside. It's really simple. The moment you have net, don't move. So right now I have net, I'm not moving, I'm still tanking. You get pulled in, the other tank will go into position and taunt. See, he's done that, splooge, and I just drop the circle outside and go back in. And then now he has net, and I taunt. So I'm taunting it across, just creating space really. I'll explain what the DPS are doing and stuff later. But tanking is pretty easy. I'm sure there's ways you can like single tank or whatever, but we just use 2 and it's easy. So. Alright, here I use Shroud to move. I tried to put the circle, not on the group over here, but it was too late. It dropped there already. That's no biggie. Oh, here I tried to go res 1, but I failed because I right clicked. Doesn't matter anyway. Dongo is solo healing the rest of the fight. It's not that hard. So Splooge has the net right now. So I taunt. Let's go a bit further. He has like a 180-degree swipe sort of thing. So you kind of don't want to face that through group. That's why we are facing him outwards like this. Candle uptime is bad there. So. Yeah, we have 1 less healer. We only have 2 DPS and 1 healer doing candles. Now the tank took it. Splooge has a dot. I'm just gonna taunt. Yeah, I have a dot, I don't move, I just wait. Once I drop it, then I go back in. Then he has a dot, so I taunt off him. It's pretty easy. I mean, tanking in this phase is self-explanatory. I'm just gonna fast forward. So we just keep on going this way. There's a reason why we go clockwise instead of counterclockwise. I can't say because BTS stuff, but yeah. Alright, we just keep going. So this is where we push. I'll explain what the DPS are doing and why we push and stuff later on. This is just all this beginning part of this VoD is gonna be about tanking mostly. So this right now we're in burn, and what's gonna happen is the whole outer ring is gonna get lit up by lightning, and it's sort of like a soft enrage mechanic where you can run out of space. You can make a whole rotation and come back to end up in that last platform and like run out of space, and then you sort of have to like burn him. And also while the things on the outside, the platforms are lighting up, there's also a red aura or red area, danger area from the inside of the circle. You see this red wall here? Throughout the whole fight, while you're going around, this thing is coming out, expanding. So if you stand in them, you're gonna take damage over time, right? So it's bad. Don't want to do that. So if you just notice where it is right now, it's in the edge. But you just notice as the video goes on, you see where it is, how it keeps creeping up into us. So every time he does lightning, a specific area of the platform gets lighted up. So it's best that you go all the way to the edge. So you see like how Splooge is, right? He knows, because we sort of identified that the platform is broken into sections. He stands right at the edge of that section. See the edge of the section that lights up, and I know it goes only up to here. The next lighting up only from here until here. So I stand right at the edge. Alright, that lights up. Then he taunts off. You could single tank this way, but and he goes all right away to the edge where he knows that only this section is gonna light up. If you go too far, and if you go all the way to like say about here, then this section won't light up, and this section will light up. That means you lost this space on the ring, and that's sort of not good for your DPS check. You sort of might hit enrage then. So you see this red wall here, which was here earlier. It's already come up to here. So anyone in here will take damage. So right now we're all just staying on the inside of it, outside of it, whatever. That cleave, try your best to avoid that cleaving the raid, but sometimes it does happen. So here I fucked up. I thought it was only going to be into here, but it's actually going to be somewhere in the middle of here. So I move, and I pull him back, and that, see, it goes all the way onto this section. He turns off. So we just keep doing this until we burn the boss. It's at 4% right now, and the red wall is like close. It's already covered this bridge, this connecting bridge. So only this bridge is safe right now. If you go through here, this bridge, you can take damage. Yeah, we lost. Yeah, I'm one disconnected to save the lock. Yeah, and that's a kill. It's not really DPS check, not really heal check. It's just once you figure out the mechanics, it's easy. What else? Okay, I guess I'll explain what the DPS does. So at the beginning of this phase, Darfat is one of our DPS that's responsible for doing turrets, and he does the first one. Because the way the turrets spawn is, you have to pull in 5 turrets into the middle to trigger the next phase. And the turrets spawn in waves. So the first wave is only 1 turret spawn, the second wave is 2 turret spawn, and the third wave is another 2 turret spawn. So on the start of the first wave, 1 DPS goes and does a turret. So in this case, it's Darfat. So you see a wave of reinforcements arrived. That means the turret has spawned. If you see on the mini map, see the dot here, that's the turret. Another way you can identify if you see this beam. Even if the turret is like all the way on the other side of the map, there's like a beam going through it, then you know where the turret is. So Darfat, he has seen this beam. He knows that turret is up, so he has to go deal with that. So the turret does a few things. It casts rail shot. That's a beam thing. You can interrupt it because it does quite a lot of damage to you. I think this one Darfat sort of fucks this up, but just get a general idea of what he has to do. So he is DPSing it down. He has to get it to below 35? No. 39. Is that 29? I think it's 39. Okay, until he gets a debuff or something. I'm sorry, I'm really not that experienced with doing it. The DPS role. So right now he's bursting this. Grace, who is the other person in charge of doing turrets, is helping him. The more stacks it has, the more alacrity he gets. So the faster this cast becomes. So his sub, it is 35 right now. Alright, okay, so I'm pretty sure that means it is sub 40, so 39 and below. So what happens is, you see this white circle? This white circle that sort of goes in like a Revan resonance, it means that a pull-in is about to happen. Black hole in the middle is going to pull things in. So to make sure this turret gets pulled, you have to stun it below 40%. So they have bursted this down to sub 40, so it's 35 right now. Dongo has seen the wave go in. Let me show you. You see, it's below right now. Okay, he's not doing much. He sees that thing, the indication that a pull-in is going to happen. He's going to stun it. I believe his stun is this one. Yeah, see? He uses that, it stuns it, it makes it susceptible to being pulled into the middle. So the moment that happens, he goes back to the boss, right? And you can't see it, but the turret has just flown. Look at the minimap. It was here. It's just flown all the way into the middle. And then we get this one. This energy is slightly destabilized, consuming a rail turret. So 1 has gone in. Right. So now the second wave is going to spawn. A wave of reinforcement arrives. So 1 dot here. Can't see what the other dot is. Oh yeah, it's all the way over there. One here and one somewhere. So Darfat is going to deal with that one. Grace is going to deal with the other one. So I'm just going to show you what Grace does as a sniper. This is the same video, same kill. Okay, the first turret going in, it's gone in. So now Grace goes hunting. So the moment that happens, he's already on the move, looking to see where the next turret is. And then he sees on the minimap that. He tells Darfat that he's getting the far one. And then Darfat has to see the far one's over here. And the near one's over there, so Darfat will go get that one. Grace go gets this one. So he's interrupted that. Now he's just getting it low. As a sniper, he has a lot of utility to negate damage, so they're really good to be turret hunters. So this is his first pull-in that's happening. And he hasn't got it low enough yet, so he can't stun it yet. So he's still DPSing it. So he's LOSing the pull-in against his pillar. Yeah, and then he absorbed that damage like a champ. He rolled that rail shot hit. So now he's just not doing anything. It's pretty sad being the guy doing turrets in this fight, but yeah, that's what you gotta do. So he's just waiting. He's waiting for the indication of the white. And then, see, he stuns it. He saw the white thing go in, and he flashbanged it. So it's stunned right now. It's susceptible to being pulled in. So the moment that happens, that turret gets pulled in. So we have pulled in two. So Darfat has done his one on the other side, and this one. So his first wave, one goes in. Second wave, two goes in. Now he starts on the third. Sorry, he's second, our fourth and fifth. So this one, at this point in time, he's doing one, Darfat is doing the other one. Other 6 people are in the group, DPSing. Okay, now he got it low, sub 40. He's gonna wait for the white pull-in indication. And look, we nearly caught up to where he is. Yep. See the white thing goes in, he flashbangs it. It's X here. He flashbangs the turret. And this thing changes, this debuff changes, so that means it's susceptible to being pulled in, and then it gets pulled in. Yeah, when 5 turrets go in, that means we have pushed the phase. So now Nahut does not do any electronets anymore. It is just basically a burn. It's a race against time and space. So basically, space as in you're running out of platforms that get electrified, and the wall that encroaches from the inside. And this was our first kill. Our uptime on the candle was pretty bad. Because the boss was missing a few times. Yeah, well, pretty much it really. So we killed it with like a lot of space to spare. I've seen kills where this red wall goes all the way to the edge over here. We kill it like comfortably in time. Hmm. What else? What else? Something else I can think of. I think I've explained everything. I guess I could explain Spike. So you gotta be okay. I guess I'll explain spike. So this candle, right? It's really important that you be careful when you pass it. You can drop it. The third button is to drop. And you drops it where your character is. We choose to pass. But one thing you gotta be careful is make sure the boss is not between you and the person you're passing to. So let me show you when I get this. Alright, so here we started with explosive fuel, then pool stack, then went to Feramis, then went to Jack, Monroe, Arita, goes to Neptune, and comes to me. I'm here bottom left. So Neptune has it, he's passed it to me, right? So the next person I'm gonna pass to is Feramis. See, I'm only, but before so hold on. So you see the debuff on the boss on the left here? This is the boss in my focus target, right? You see this one? This is his reveal. When you get the candle, you don't want to reveal right away. You want to get maximum uptime on the reveal. So as soon as you see this gonna end, then I use it. So right now, that's when I use it. And it refreshes it full duration, right? And I have to debuff. Another way where you can see the duration of the debuff is on the previous person. So if you look at my debuff on my bar here, I have this like flashbang thing. I believe that's the same duration as the debuff on the boss. So right now I've passed it to Feramis, but I had to really make sure that Feramis was not between the boss was not between me and Feramis. So I gotta make sure that it's safe to pass. If I had passed it, like in this instance, if I passed it to say if Arita was ahead here and I passed it to Arita, the boss would have gotten the candle. It would have spiked someone. I'll show you what happens when it spikes someone later. So I pass it on. Feramis has it right now. So the boss debuff is here, and here you can see, you can either see from the rate frame of the previous members to get a good timer, or just look at the debuff, the buff on the boss. Feramis should be using it soon. Oh, we phase. Okay, fine. We phase. So whatever. So right now Feramis has the thing, so he has to go out. Yep. So he eats it there. Then he passes it. He should have passed it to Jack's Awahisian. He made a mistake. He passed it to Monroe. It sort of screwed up our rotation, but I mean it's not a big deal if you just have good communication with your group, and you always say who's free, who has timer, who has lockout, and all that. If you just have good clear communication, then it should not be an issue. Alright, this is where I fuck up. So what happens is he's giving it to me, so I'm eating it, but I took way too long. So like the moment I saw this beam, I should have been passing it to the next person. So I was going to pass it to Jax or Hishin, but I fucked up. Okay, because there's a pull is gonna happen and it interrupts me. I'm busy healing. I should have been passing it right now, but nope. All right. So when I decide to pass it, the pull happens, interrupts me. So I do eventually pass it, but the boss is already casting on me. And because I already have the first debuff here, if this one hits me, I'm gonna die. It's a one shot. So Monroe here too has a debuff. He should get out of the way, and he does. So I bubble this to eat this damage. My own mistake. But yeah, I'm pretty sure snipers can roll it too. I'm not sure about other. Jesus. Dex gets it. Positive. Fuel. Yeah, and we push, and yeah. At some point during this, I get spoked. Trying to look for this. if you're slow during turret's phase, I forgot about this. Yeah. So so on the third wave of turrets that spawn, if you're slow, these extermination droids spawn halfway through, right? And they do a lot of damage, and they normally go for healers first. So in this instance, this guy was wailing on me. You see him? And that was a 33k hit per not normal auto attack, whatever. That is wrecking me. So I bubble at some point here. Don't want to die. Yeah, that's a drop aggro. I bubbled. And when you eventually push, you don't need to DPS them. You can stun them to stop them like damaging people in your group. Like see what he just did. He just stunned that guy. Eventually, when you do push, they get pulled in as well. Yeah, we push, and then they get pulled in or they die. Yeah, this guy got pulled in, but he was LOSing with the thing, so he just exploded. Hmm, can't find that. Oh, right here. Yep, found it. So right now, Monroe has a candle. He's just suppress the stealth, and he needs to pass it right now. But he's passing it to A Rita, but A Rita is in front of the boss. It's between the boss and him. So his pass is going to be intercepted by Nahut over here. And what happens when the boss gets a candle is he randomly picks a person in the raid to spike. So look here, he's spiking me. And I mean, he picked me, so I get spiked. And he gives it to me. So he spikes and gives you the candle. Oof, I get the candle, got spiked. If the angle was different, you can get spiked off the edge, you can spiked off the circle, off into this hole, you can get spiked into the middle too. And you see this red area is encroaching onto us. Yeah, that's all damage. So there's another kill where a tank got spiked into the red, and we pulled him back right away. I guess he could shout some of the damage and survive, but you don't want to get spiked into the middle. So here I got spiked with it, and my timer was coming off anyway, so I just held on to it. So you see, he has like 3 seconds left, and I have like 2 seconds. So I just held on to it anyway, and spammed reveal as soon as I could. He went invisible for like a split second. Yeah. Right. I think it's been good enough an explanation. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Message me on Twitch, forums, whatever. Hopefully this helps you guys. It is not by way a the method to do it. It's one of the methods to do it. It's one that works for us because we have found consistency. And especially when you're doing progression rating, you need to find consistency in your strats so that you can move on to the next phase and learn the like phase 2 and stuff. Because it's you. Let's say you're stuck in phase 1, and then that few times, let's say you've been reading for 3 hours or something, right? And you only make phase 2 like twice. You have to learn how to get consistent at phase 1 so you can then start progressing in phase 2. And I think our phase 1 tank strat is pretty consistent, and then it would allow you to be more consistently getting to phase 2, and then you can just practice the candle mechanics, especially in hard mode. So candle is everything. It's just a mechanic of doing the candle, and then just keep the uptime on the boss, have good communication, and it should be an easy kill. Alright. Guess that's it really. Nothing much to talk about.